Okay, so for this task we're going to have play with a platform called Twine. It's an open source tool for telling interactive stories. Now I'm using Microsoft Edge, you might have other web browsers, Chrome, etc. I've just put Twine into Microsoft Bing as my search engine. You'll notice a lot of string pop up if you just use the search engine. And I'm going to go to this first result here, Twinery. So we can use it online in the web browser, or we can download it to use it offline on Mac OS, Windows or Linux. I'm going to use the online version. If you've got a precarious web broadband provider, I would download it and use it offline, just in case it all crashed and went a bit wrong. So let's use it online. I've already got an example here. I'm going to create a new story. Let's start from scratch, and I'm going to call it cheese because that's a subtle hint at what this might be about. So when we create, we get this blank empty sort of stage area, and we get a little rocket appear on our first box. This first box is indicated with this symbol, the rocket. So this is where our story is going to start. So to edit this, we double click, and if we want to add sections, other pages that we can link to, you'll notice, I'm just adding a couple here whilst trying to talk, you'll notice that I've used little brackets. Now let's see what happens now I've added those brackets, and if I just try typing cheese, and we can see what the difference is. So now I've got some spidery legs. I've got cheese 1, cheese 2 and cheese 3. So when we add things in brackets, these link it to our next page. These are little links that we can click on and they'll take us. So we have our decision. Now I've just copied and pasted something here because I want to add an image. So what I've done here is I've put the less than symbol followed by src equals, and then I've got a copy of my hyperlink to that image. Copy of a hyperlink to that image. So let's close that and let's hit our play button here. So if you hover over and then hit play, it will open in a new window, and here we are, we have an image over near the beautiful Cheddar Gorge, I believe, but my geography is not the best. And here we've got highlighted links to our other passages and then just the word cheese, because that word cheese there, it didn't have any of the brackets to tell it that's a new page. So you'll notice there's nothing there. When I click on these pages, it doesn't actually link to anything yet. So let's have a go at adding some more creative content. Okay, so let's troubleshoot. Let's say your image link didn't work. So I'm in Twine here. Let's just get an image of some twine. What is the link? How do I get the direct link to my twine? I'm going to click here. If you're just using the link that appears when you get your image in a view like this, that's not the link we're after. We need to right click on our image. We can copy the image link, or we can open the image in a new tab, and it's this link that we're after. We want to copy this link and we want to put this inside our brackets. So try that, and that should solve your problem if your image isn't appearing. So we've got several elements in here. How do we interact and then go back to our other page? So I'm going to double click on cheese 1. I'm going to start typing, and as I start typing, Twine is suggesting to me, do you want to link this to another page that already exists? Yes, I do. Thank you very much, Twine. I want it to go to cheese 2. And if I close this, you'll notice it gives me a little leg that goes back. And let's go cheese 2. Let's be able to link our user to choose cheese 3. And then on cheese 3, let's enable them to go to cheese 1. Because why not? So now we can give our player different options they can link through and see, and as well as having these other arrows by default, this is what they can link to. Okay, so I'm going to go back and edit this one, cheese 1. I'm just going to copy and paste this thing that I've already got. I want to add a hyperlink to take someone to a cheese website, because if you hadn't noticed, this is a really cheesy story. So to do this, I've got the less than symbol, the letter A, href, hyperlink reference, equals, and then I've got my 99s and 66s, and then inside that I've got the web link. And then closing that with a a more than bracket, and then inside here is the text that I want to show in place of this web link, followed by less than, /a, more than, and close brackets. These are all going to be in the presentation, so you can copy and paste these and then just edit so they suit. So let's have a look at what that looks like. So here we've got Cheese website, and it takes us to cheese.com. Okay, so I want to add a video to my Twine story. Now everything, if you hadn't already noticed with Twine, it's web browser, calling on things that are available online. So we can add what's called an iframe. Anyone who's done a bit of blogging or web development, you'll have heard of the term iframe. I'm using YouTube, but other video service providers are available. You might have your own content, you might have things uploaded to Vimeo, etc. So how do I get the embed code, the iframe? So look out for a share button, and YouTube makes it lovely and clear. We've got this big embed button here, and this iframe code is already written out for us. What's in this code? So we've got here, this is the number, the width and height of our video frame. I quite like this size, but you might want to change it. So to get this video to play in our Twine story, all we do is copy it and then paste it, and that's it. I'm just going to hit close here, and I'm going to hit the play button to preview this, and here we go, magic. That's how you add a video to your Twine story. Simple. Okay, so I want to add some sound to our cheesy story, and a website that I highly recommend for sourcing sounds, so long as you're only using them for educational purposes and are not reselling them or for commercial gain, is the BBC Sound Effects Library. So I'm going to search in here, and you can see on their homepage there's loads of different categories and just loads of really cool sounds on here. I'm going to put in countryside because I want to add some ambient music, if I can type the word countryside correctly. Now what we need to add our sound to our story is a direct web link that's wherever this MP3 file is stored on the interweb. So I'm going to right click on here and view, whoops, wrong one. I'm going to right click on here and inspect. You want the inspect button. If you're on Chrome, you still right click. Other web browsers, it's very similar. You want the inspect button. And on here, I've just clicked onto elements. And what we want is the direct web link that's to our file that we want here, which is this first one here, the BBC Sound Effects tape old. And what we're looking for is the direct web link, which I believe is this one here. So I'm going to copy this, I'm going to paste it. Now to get this to work on Twine, we just need to add a little bit more text. So I'm going to put the less than arrow, type the word audio. Then that link's got the rest of it for us. src equals, this is our source. It's got our web link. I'm just going to put a space in here. .mp3. I'm going to type autoplay because I want this to play automatically. Now let's close this and then have a look and see what happens. Magic, we've got audio in our scene. So we've looked at how to add audio, images, videos and hyperlinks. I hope you can make a more interesting, less cheesy maybe story. I look forward to seeing what you get up to with Twine.